Hello, we are live. Let me.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the webinar on the most recent changes in EC scheme.
We are live. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us in this live webinar. Major changes announced this morning to the Executive Condominium scheme. So this is hot off the press. Glad that everyone can join us in this very quickly put together, but will be very informative webinar session. Yes, for sure. So a lot of people, this is actually not surprising that it came, but it's just the timing. It is already in the works for some time. Government is concerned about how the EC's direction are heading. And so they are right now announced the changes this morning.
In fact, many news came bits and pieces over the past few months, especially in March. So this is really the finale that it was announced.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you want me to do?
Give us a minute, huh? We're sorting out the video. Yep,
Okay.
we're all good now.
We're good.
All right.
Okay, wait, one more thing to do. Pen.
Yes, our favorite pen to draw.
Okay, we're good.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, so background about ECs. So ECs are introduced in 1995, all right, very quickly, as a so-called affordable housing for the sandwich class.
Yes,
right? We always call it a sandwich class back then.
Correct.
So those that aspire to own private housing, but they are priced out.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So ECs are built by private developers, same look and feel, all right, as private condos. Right?
No difference at all. You
No
want the
difference.
Pool, they have the pool. You want the
Yeah.
basement car parks, they have it all there.
Yes. So pricing wise?
Pricing wise, easily about 20 to 30%
Yes.
than the comparable new launches out
Yeah.
there. And that's what makes it so enticing for Singaporeans to get one EC.
That's right. So they also have to adhere to their four major schemes, right? The public scheme, the fiancé scheme, joint singles, and orphan scheme.
More importantly, there's also income cap.
Yeah,
it's about 16,000.
Yeah, 16K.
16K, yes.
All right. So very quickly, 16K has not been changed. It's still 16K.
Yep.
Right?
For the longest time.
For the longest time. Yeah, for a very long time already.
Yes.
Okay. So yes, there's a minimum occupation period of 5 years. All right. Under the old scheme.
Yes.
All right. New scheme has some major changes.
Very major.
Yeah, very changes. Okay. So what are the major changes? Number one, the MOP, as we talk about, from 5 years, he has now been moved up to 10 years. Right?
Yes.
And this will only affect those ECs which the land has not been sold.
Yes.
Right. So there are two upcoming plots in the government land sales tender for first half, which are expected to launch very soon.
Yes.
Right. They have to launch it before June. These two plots. So these two plots will be under the new scheme with the 10-year MOP.
Correct.
So whatever existing project that has been in the market, and also the upcoming, there are 5 other launches which we will later talk about.
Yes, you will show them.
Those are under the older scheme. And then they are not affected by this 10-year MOP.
For sure they are not.
Yeah. Okay. So that's where your opportunity is for existing upgraders. All right. And something to look forward to. Okay. The other major thing is no more deferred payment scheme.
This is something that we spoke about earlier.
Yeah.
10 minutes ago. I think this is something that all EC buyers, especially your second timers out there, you better open your eyes and then your ears to listen.
Yes.
Because DPS is really
it's a lifesaver.
For deals.
Yes.
All right.
So future upgraders under the new scheme have to carry 2 mortgage.
Yes.
Right. Because there's no more deferred payment, DPS.
scheme.
Okay,
Alright.
so those projects that are not affected by this new scheme still enjoy DPS. So it's your last chance.
Very last chance.
Very last chance.
We'll go through
Yeah,
in
to
detail.
to make use of this soon to be extinct
Very soon
payment scheme. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Then of course there's a revision of priority for first time by homeowners.
Yes.
All right.
Right.
Yeah.
So previously it was 70%.
Yes.
First timers.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now the quota has reserved for them is now 90%.
90%.
Whereas for first timers, not 70%. And also the priority period.
Yeah.
Right. From 1 month
Now become 2 years.
years.
Yeah. That is actually based on our experience from the past few launches. It will really impact the second timers.
Yes.
This time around.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to the next slide.
Okay.
Okay, so the rationale is stability. So as we know, EC prices, land prices in particular, has been shooting up. I mean, they are keeping pace with the private property market inevitably. And developers, because they are quite aggressive when they bid for the site, so the land tender prices get higher and higher. Inevitably, the selling price become higher and higher.
I think one of the things that we saw recently is the price difference between new launches and EC now, especially in the OCR market region, is
very close. Yes, very
narrow
close.
now.
Yeah.
That's why they are watching this.
Yes. So that is one of the trigger points for government to so-called implement this new scheme.
Yep.
Which has been in their playbook for some time. All right. It's just waiting for the right time to do it. And then also first timers, I think because of the way this current scheme runs, is actually favors more upgraders than first timers.
For sure.
Right. It used to be, I mean, if you go back to the original rationale, James, the EC was introduced for first time buyers.
Yes.
Right? Those people who has aspiration to buy private property. Sure. That was the original rationale intent. All right. Yes. But that has been due to the evolvement of the market and the way prices are moving, it has changed quite significantly. And then you look at all the recent EC launches, what's the proportion of first timers?
It's close to 70 to 80%. Sorry, for second timers, 70 to 80%.
Yeah, 70 to
10 to 20%.
That's correct, 10 to 20%. So the whole scheme has shifted in favor of second timers, which is then, as far as the government is concerned, is economically doesn't make sense for allocate so they have to do something about it. Right?
I think if you have seen the recent launches like Revel and the previous ones as well, right after, and Orel as well for that matter, right after the 1 month wait out period, immediately sold.
Correct.
So I think that triggered the response. The response from them.
So if you are working with first time buyers for the new scheme, they will be happier than anybody.
I think they are treasure now.
They are really the privileged class of buyers, right? They have 90% of the units set aside for them for 2 years.
2 years. 24 months.
So the whole schematics and the whole pace will probably change. All right. The way the marketing will be done. All right. And also financing, I think removing of the DPS scheme because they align it with the private property, right? Which is following the progress payment.
Normal progress.
So that everyone buy within their means. Right? You have to be able to afford it and carry the mortgage. And then you buy. Right? They don't want people to have forced overstretched financing.
So just to add on a bit on this financing, currently now, if you are undertaking deferred payment scheme, right, you just have to pay 20% upfront, whether it's mostly in cash for that matter now. And then you can wait to do your loan later, maybe probably 1 or 2 or 3 years later. So that you can work up your income. But this will be gone soon.
Okay?
Very soon.
Only 5 more projects.
Plus Copacabana 6.
Yes. All right. Okay. So we put it on schematics so you can see the difference of the two schemes. Okay. So James, you want to explain the current scheme?
Yep. So the current scheme now for GRS site from year 0, once you buy a new EC, right? You can only rent out your rooms partially, so room rental.
Okay.
But you cannot rent out your whole place because you have to fulfill this 5 years minimum occupation period.
So this 5-year MOP is applicable for current project like Costa Cabana.
Yes.
And the 5 upcoming launches.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
Some in Woodlands,
Senja, Konya, and Sembawang as well.
Okay.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, this one we will talk about later in the slides. So this is these few projects will still work on the current scheme.
Correct.
Right?
So Eugene, when you meet your 5 years MOP, right? So right now, like what Eugene mentioned earlier, the 5 upcoming projects plus Costa Cabana, you can actually sell to a Singaporean or a SPR after you fulfill these 5 years. Okay, so it's fully privatized on the 10th year.
Yes.
After the 10th year.
Which then you can sell to foreigners.
Yes,
so, right?
Yeah, okay. Correct.
So this is the current scheme applicable for Costa Cabana and the 5 upcoming EC launches.
Correct.
Right. So this new scheme announced this morning will apply for the 2 unsold plots of land that will be up for tender before, I think, coming already. Next week sure launch. The site. Right. For these 2 sites. So these 2 will be under a new scheme. So it's the 10-year MOP. So you have to wait 10 years, all right, from the time you get your keys.
Yes.
All right. And before you can sell it to in the open market to SC or SPR. Okay, or you want to rent out the whole unit, you have to wait 10 years. All right. So in between that, you can only rent out the room.
Yes.
Not the whole unit.
Not the whole unit.
Yes. Correct. Okay. And then
on the
15th year, then is the full privatization where you can sell to foreigners. So essentially they have moved the line 5 years more.
Yeah.
Right.
Isn't this like our Plus and Prime?
Yes, correct. If you are following the public housing, right, Plus and Prime scheme have a 10-year MOP. All right, good. Okay, the only thing that they did not follow is the imposed clawback.
Yeah.
Right, and also the income cap for your resale buyer. So they didn't implement this for the ECs. Okay. Yeah,
because I think in most of the time they found out that people actually sell their ECs right after the 5th year of MOP.
Yes, correct.
And then they do gain.
Yes.
With our previous consumer seminar, we have spoken to our clients, ERA clients, how they gain from the lower entry price to a market price when they sell at the 5th year.
Yes. Yeah, it has to, statistically, it has to happen because the way land prices are moving and also property prices are moving. So it's a shorter waiting time, 5 years to reap your profit, so-called from the resale.
Yes.
So I think too many of this is probably happening. So that actually pushes up the property prices. And so government is stepping in to so-called balance the market. Level the playing field. Okay. So their concern is things moving too fast. Yeah. So it has moved too fast and therefore they take some action.
Sorry, I just want to take a quick question here from Stella, right? So what about private? Would it still be 10 years? I think private is not affected by, private properties are not affected by this new measurement that was just announced. Okay, so you can still sell your private property. If it's within the first 3 to 4 years, probably you have to pay this seller stamp duty.
Yeah, after the seller stamp duty period, 4 years now, you can sell your private property.
For sure. So I hope I answer your question, Stella.
Okay, let's move on.
Let's go.
Okay, so the other one is the removal of the deferred payment scheme. So existing 6 projects, Costa Cabana plus the 5 projects to be launched, still will enjoy this deferred payment scheme.
Yes.
So if you are a current HDB owner and intend to upgrade, to EC, this is probably your last chance to leverage on this very, very easy payment scheme, that enables you to buy an EC without carrying 2 mortgages.
All right.
Right. Yeah.
Why two mortgages? Let me explain to our ERA teammates and our clients as well. Because if you are a second timer, like what Eugene mentioned earlier, you are probably owning a HDB as well because you are a second timer, and probably you are serving your mortgage if it's a BTO you bought. So that is why if with deferred payment scheme, right, you don't have to serve two mortgages because there's nothing in between for you to pay. Yeah. So this is the perk of EC for many years already.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. So last chance to enjoy this. Okay. So if you are seriously thinking about upgrading, I think it's time to make the move. All right. Really.
Yeah, like what we always tell everyone is really now or never.
Yes, correct. So next time you have to, number one, if you're upgrader, there's only 10% of the units for you to choose from, and you have to wait for 2 years before it's open to everybody. That's one. Number two is that if you buy, you have to follow the normal progress payment, which means progressively as the construction starts and progresses, your loan will kick in.
Yes.
And that's where the time where you are still servicing your loan at your current HDB flat, and you still have to pay for the progress payment.
And 2 years is actually in the very late stage of the construction stage.
Correct.
So installment can be quite high.
Yes, correct. So this usually construction takes about 3+ years to about 4 years.
Correct.
So you effectively will be carrying the mortgage for about 1 over year. Easily. All right. Double mortgage.
Easily.
All right.
Yeah,
so that presents a certain level of difficulty for some people. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So normal progressive payment, I'll just add on from where Eugene left off for DPS. So NPS is like what you will encounter if you buy a brand new launch, right? So you pay as they build.
Yes.
In layman term. So when the developer and the construction company finishes a certain stage of the construction, so you start paying for the installment. Yep.
Okay. So now, moving on to the new scheme will be then progress payment from the beginning.
Purely
whether
NPS
you are a first timer or you are upgrader.
Yep.
All right. Everybody is level playing field.
Correct. Okay. Just before we go to the next slide, let's take some questions here. So under Ivy mentioned under new rules, second timer need to pay ABSD as second property. No, for EC, right? There is no ABSD payable, Ivy. All right, so it is not you don't have to pay additional buy stamp duty because at EC you are committed when you buy an EC. When you commit to an EC, you have to commit to HDB that you sell away your HDB. All right, so that is why there's no additional buy stamp duty. And from Jason, right, double mortgage also means cannot loan up to 75%. Now this didn't change. Okay, because for EC, right, because you are committed to sell your HDB away, so the bank will still loan you up to 75%.
Oh.
Yeah,
they already said that.
Yes.
Okay, then that's good news. Yes. But then the at end effect is there's more loan dispersed, right? Then you are carrying more mortgage. All right. You have to service. You have to be in a capacity to be able to service both.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
So it will strain most people for maybe 1 over year.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. So let's continue.
Ron, we will before we go to the next slide, we will share our slides and our recordings out later, so you can take some screen.
The session today is recorded, so you can replay it at your own time when we send the link to you.
Yep.
All right.
Yes, Joshua, still 75% loan, still no ABSD. This is not affected by the recent announcement.
Okay. So this is the schematic we put it side by side so you can see what it is actually like.
All right, so this is deferred payment scheme, like Eugene mentioned earlier. So this will be removed in the future when the government sell EC land, and in the very near future as well, because there are 2 plots that are going to be put on sale. I believe it's Canberra and Sembawang. Okay, so Canberra and Sembawang sites, right, the developers cannot use deferred payment scheme as one mode of payment for the EC. All right, so this is DPS. So what you see from here basically is when you enter into the current EC, for example, Coastal Cabana, all you need to do now is if you undertake deferred payment scheme, right, you just have to do a 5% down payment, okay, as a booking fee. And upon signing the SMP 8 to 9 weeks later, estimated you have to pay up your 15% and stop. Okay, there won't be any payment needed during the construction stage. You only start to serve your mortgage loan at TOP. Okay, and then the full mortgage loan at CSC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
That's the current scheme that is offered for the 5 sites and Costa Cabana.
Which is very comfortable for most of, in fact, all of the buyers who choose this scheme.
In fact, you know, Eugene, interestingly, as we talk about this, right? Even first timers are taking this.
Yes. I mean, why? I mean, it's easier
It's
on the
easier
pocket.
correct.
You don't have to strain it.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can't live in the house, so why you want to draw down so much loan, right? Yeah, so it makes sense.
Yeah, you're right. Right. Okay, so then now we move on to our normal progressive payment. Okay, so for NPS, right, normal progressive payment, it's like DPS, you do 5%. Okay, you pay the developer 8 to 9 weeks later upon HDB's approval, right? The developer will send you the sales and purchase agreement. That's where you have to pay your 15%. And of course, the construction stage payment will start. All right, all the way to TOP. Okay, and at CSC, we have to pay the full installment. All right, so going forward today onwards, the new GRS sites, you can only undertake normal payment scheme. No more deferred payment scheme.
Yeah, for the upcoming 2 plots of land that is going to be sold. All right.
Correct.
Okay. So the other one is the revision of quota. What does it look like? So existing one is the 70% of the units reserved for first timers and for a 1 month priority period.
1 month.
Yes.
Correct.
Right.
1 month.
Yeah. So at launch, the second timers have 30% of the units.
Yes.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
30%. All right.
30%.
So from the 8th of May onwards, going forward, the 2 new plots and subsequent ones, the land sale, 90% will be allocated for our first timers. And if the 10% second timer quota is filled, Eugene, they have to wait 2 years, 24 months later, almost forever for construction. Then they can start, buying the for second timers, start buying the remaining units at the EC itself.
So with this change for the upcoming 2 sites that is going to be launched for sale for tender, the government essentially has reset the EC scheme back to its original roots, which is reserved for first timer.
Reserved for first timer. Correct.
Okay. So for second timer, you need to your last chance. We keep on saying that your last chance.
You need to seize the day.
You
need to seize.
Otherwise, you have to follow new scheme.
Follow new scheme already. Correct.
It's a long wait.
Yeah, long wait, and also hefty. In terms of the payment scheme.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, double mortgage.
Double mortgages.
Okay. So extension of from what's the possible impact? So I think one of it is those that adopt a short-term view. Like statistics show that quite a number of people, they resell their EC units upon the 5-year MOP, right?
Yes.
Because there's just like your 5-year BTO is up. That's where you sell and reap profit.
Maturity of bond.
Correct. Bond period for 5 years.
For 5 years.
So yes. So that's they now drag this to 10 years.
Yes.
So to so-called ensure a more sustainable price growth.
Correct.
Right, for the EC market.
Correct.
Okay. So that's the big agenda behind this. Okay. Removal of DPS. All right. For first timer, what it means if you are buying the projects that are affected by this, no more. It means you start to service your loan like anybody else. For private property, also same. Just like in private property from day one, right? And as the construction progresses, you are paying your loan as the loan being dispersed.
Correct.
Okay, for second timers, I think you are probably hit in a bigger way. You have to be able to carry and service 2 mortgages concurrently.
Correct.
During the period before you take delivery of your EC.
New EC.
Yeah.
Right. So you have to serve your existing home mortgage. You also have to serve the new EC mortgage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very tough.
So yes, definitely. So you may also need to sell off your existing property just to buy a new EC,
Yeah.
Just to, to close the gap within the affordability. Yeah. So this is something that, because like we mentioned earlier, if 2 years down the road, the construction stage is so late, right? In this, so the construction stage is very, very late in that portion there, so your installment will definitely be higher.
Okay.
Yeah, so your down payment will have to be even more.
All right.
Yeah, so that you may be, forced to sell first.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
you have to rent some.
Yes, you rent some.
And wait for the EC to be
for at least
completed.
1 or 2 years.
Just like what some of the people who buy private property are doing, right? So in order for them, they have to pay ABSD, right? So in order to so-called not pay ABSD, they sell away their existing residential property and don't own anything, so that they buy without having to pay ABSD, and in the meantime they rent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
So we may see this phenomena evolving.
2 years later.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. For the new projects.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so the third one is the revision of the first timer quota. So it'll be less competitive for the first timer. Now you are reserved 90% on day one of booking. Developer may consider affordability levels of first timers to review their pricing. So that is a potential implication from this announcement.
Yeah.
Okay. Then of course a second timer, right? Like what we mentioned earlier. If you miss the first 10% chance that you have,
you gotta wait 2 years.
You have to wait 2 years later to secure the EC.
Yeah.
To secure
Correct.
the EC. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So it's very in favor of first timer, the new scheme.
It's tilted towards first timer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before we go into this, Eugene, let's answer some questions before there's too many. Okay. So is this still 75% loan, still no ABSD, correct? Joshua, I mentioned earlier, do you still need to fulfill the 30% MSR? Yes. ECs are considered subsidized housing.
Yeah.
Okay, subsidized. So you have to fulfill the 30% MSR. Correct?
Yes, the MSR has not changed. So we clarified that with HDB and MND. It stays. For obvious reasons, they want the buyers to be prudent.
Yes.
Yeah, not spend too much of their income on mortgage.
Yeah. If you flip to the other side of the coin, if they remove MSR, can you imagine what's the price of EC now?
Yeah, correct. Because you can borrow more money.
So
I raise price.
Yeah, so sometimes, you have to think how developers think. So if you remove the MSR, for sure, if you go back to TDSR, like what every private or new launches developer are doing, then definitely the price of EC won't be what you see today.
Yes,
okay.
Correct.
So got chance from Alice, got chance for second timer to buy. Yeah, of course. Yeah, but since need to wait for 2 years, of course, because from what Eugene mentioned earlier, a big proportion of EC buyers now are second timers.
Yes.
Okay, so we are looking at easily between 70 to 80%.
Yes.
Second timers.
So for those of us who are working with potential upgraders who are currently in HDB, right, this is quite possibly their last chance.
Yes.
Right. And you got to get this message out.
Yes.
Right, to them and work with them for the upcoming projects. This is the last bite already. That the current scheme, is actually in favor of second timers or upgraders. Yeah, because they can use the DPS.
Yes.
Right. And there's only 6 projects that can use. And no more.
No more
already. For good.
It's now or never.
Yeah. Cannot stress this more.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So from Wei Jie, Sean, you say, is it good or better price growth for Revel? Okay, I'm not going to touch on this because I think this is something that is very speculative. Okay, speculative. But if you ask me, generally speaking now, if you have committed to EC, good on you.
Yeah.
Okay, we at least for me, about 20 years in this industry already, I've seen how EC has helped so many of our ERA buyers, clients out there that, they either accept progress out into landed or even bigger condominium, or even downgrade to, to certain, even to right size to HDB as well, and with a good monetary gain from it. So ECs traditionally still have this impact. That is why you see all these projects sell out all the time now.
Correct. Yeah.
All right. So, George, to everyone, resale HDB, example 4-room, especially newer ones or HDB EA may be attracted to second time. Oh, of course. I mean, this is from the resale point of view.
Yes, because those are ready stock.
Yeah.
Right. Ready stock, and also is quite easy to move. Right, for them.
Correct.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay.
Okay, so potential impact on the property market. What is, if you're a developer right now bidding for the land, these 2 upcoming sites, what will you do?
I will recalibrate, man.
Yeah, you have to recalculate.
I will do a recalculation.
You have to recalculate because right now your market is confined to first timers.
Correct.
Right? With an income ceiling of 16K. How much they can borrow, how much they can pay, and therefore you have to bid for the land accordingly to be able to price at the amount that they can afford it easily so that you can move your units. Because 90% of the units have to be sold to these people.
Correct.
Right? Who can only afford a certain amount of money based on their income ceiling.
Correct.
And the MSR of 30%.
Yes. Correct. So they definitely will rework their budget. They'll throw everything out initially planned. They have to sit back and recalculate again to make sure the affordability is there.
Yeah. So in short, I think land price will go down. Confirm.
No brainer.
Yeah, no brainer. I mean, you'll be out of this world if you continue to see record breaking EC land price.
Yeah.
I think there will be a big recalibration. Expected It's a market response.
It's a market response.
To this because it's based. They always back calculate how much they can sell. To how much they will bid for the land.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So for second timers, they may want to reconsider their future housing options. Future, because they may look to upgrade to resale private condominiums instead.
Yes.
Okay, instead of buying a new EC. So resale condos in the future may be more attractively priced next time. Okay, the exit strategy for the current and new homeowners as well. Okay.
So upgraders have they look at they will move to other avenues. Quite likely.
Correct.
Right? Because no point you get stuck in you come into this part of the market which is not in your favor. Right? So the logical way is to look at resale market which is ready stock or even upgrade to a brand new condo for those that can afford it or those that are prepared to make the necessary changes. Okay, like sell away and then rent a place, buy a brand new one. Okay, so the market will evolve accordingly.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so the existing ECs may be also a very attractive option for our clients as well. And even our agents, because a lot of agents buy EC.
Correct.
A lot of agents buy EC as well because they believe in the product, they believe in EC and how we can help them. So the existing ones especially, we're gonna touch on this very soon, like Coastal Cabana and the existing 5 plots is gonna launch end of this year and next year as well. Okay, so I think they are around about 2,000 now. Okay, that is potentially can be up in the market based on the old scheme.
Okay.
Based on the old scheme. So this, like what you mentioned earlier, it is really your last chance. For second timers especially, buy an EC. Your
last chance.
Really, Okay, I'll say it one more time. Last chance.
Okay. I think we have some questions. Let's take them first before we go to the next slide. Okay.
Am I still very soft?
Okay, Emily,
Senja Close and Woodlands Drive 16 will be affected by DPS. No, because their Senja Woodlands has 2 plots, Emily, so 3 already. Then you plus the Sembawang plot and the Miltonia plot, right? The 5 of these are not affected by this new scheme.
Okay.
So Freddie answered that. So will developer build less 5 bedrooms as second timers can afford bigger units? Okay, your guess is as good as mine, Pauline. I mean, you can weigh in on this as well. But because if you look at the affordability of things, so probably I don't know. They probably will build more 3 to 4. Okay.
Quite likely. Quite likely. That will be the bulk of the units.
Yes.
Of course, they will build some of the big ones to cater for larger families who want to live together.
Correct. So Lynn, so all these plus Coastal Cabana do not fall under the new measure. Yes, correct. Right. Still have deferred payment scheme. Yes. They are not affected. Not affected.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay. So let's move on to the next slide, Eugene. If you have it. Okay.
So these are the 2 sites that will be affected. This is going on sale soon. In the government land sales tender.
Yes.
So we expect the site to be launched quite possibly. These 2 sites have to launch by June, by the end of June. So they only have whatever remaining May and whatever in June. So we believe one each. One will launch in May and the other one will launch in June.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Correct. So these two sites, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking at the slide now, okay, these two sites will be affected. All right,
by the new scheme.
By the new scheme, the one is Canberra Drive, and the one in Sembawang.
So this is the 10-year MOP,
yes,
all right, and no DPS.
90% reserved for first timer.
Yeah, so these two will be first timer project.
I'm really eager to see.
Yeah, I'm really waiting to see how developer will tender.
Eugene and I are really excited about this because you see what will be the eventual price and how it affect the future prices. I think seize the day lah.
Correct.
You still can afford it with the current scheme, right? It's available. I think you should just seize the day and go for the what is available now in the market before it gets too late lah.
Yes. Government is also watching the tender results for these two sites very closely.
Eyes on this.
Yes, because they will also want to see how effective their new scheme is, all right, and in the so-called rebalancing the market, and also whether in the future is it a possibility that they should revise the income ceiling.
Yes.
I've checked with them,
and
they say that it is still. They are still looking at revising the income ceiling.
Okay.
It is still in the works, but they are not going to implement it now.
Oh, not now.
Means there is a possibility that it may be announced in the future, but I believe they are waiting to see that the market has so-called settled down before they push this out.
Yes.
Right? Because once they push this out, effectively there will be more buyers who will come into the market, and then it may not be able to so-called fulfill their objective of stabilizing the market. So I believe it may not be so soon. Okay, so don't get your hopes so high about this. So they are watching all the land tenders and the way this will be launched.
Okay, correct. So for those who are new to EC's ERA teammates and also ERA customers, okay, so for those who are new to EC, there is an income cap, okay, income eligibility cap at 16,000 per month. Okay, so you earlier our teammates asked, is there MSR? Yes, there's MSR.
Yes.
Okay, so your 16K per month is actually constrained by a 30% MSR.
Yes.
So that is why with this income ceiling change that is may or may not happen, we don't know. Okay, it may not, or whether will it happen this year or next year. We
unlikely. It may not be this year.
What Eugene is trying to say here is really contingent on these sites, whether
going forward,
whether their policies has been fulfilled and stuff like this lah. Okay. All right. So don't give too much hope about ERA teammates. We are not having any news on income ceiling change. So don't be too happy yet because we still got good stocks left, about 2,000. Okay, they are not affected by the scheme and also the Coastal Cabana.
Or they could even wait until all the existing 6 projects sell finish. Then they will adjust the income ceiling.
My guess is as good as yours.
I think so. Because if they adjust the income ceiling now, the price will shoot of these 6 projects will shoot through the roof, which will then nullify what they have set out to do, right?
As it is now, developers from private new launches are already considering upping their price.
Correct.
So this may be something that you have to seize the day lah. Okay, if you can.
So basically, we don't want to speculate on when the income ceiling is going to be adopted, but from what we have so-called talk about, you can probably realize that it won't be so soon.
So I hope we answer your question, William, there. What is your general view? So we don't know yet. It may or may not happen. Okay, but my view, I think I share Eugene's view as well. They may easily wait for the 2,000 overstocks to finish selling all this. All these stocks to finish selling first plus Coastal Cabana before they even consider it. That's our point of view. Okay, so ABSD, we answered that as well already. So I think government should implement plus prime and standard EC according to distance to MRT.
No. ECs, as you can see, where is all their location? It's all within HDB estate, right?
It's all OCR.
OCR. It's all in the OCR region. So actually, in terms of location, the prime location housing and the plus are maybe in a better location. Maybe in a better location. So I think the market will know where to what is their preference, right? Depending, some people want location to be central.
Yes.
And some people want to be near, living within HDB estates.
Yes.
OCR region, near their, perhaps near their relatives or parents. Yeah, correct.
This is correct. This is correct, Eugene. From my experience, a lot of these upgraders out there, they even shift to where their parents are staying.
Correct.
Yeah. So because this family that we are talking about, this second timer, they are just starting up their family. They have young children, so they would like to be close to their parents. To look after the kids.
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is the upcoming EC launches not affected by the changes.
Yeah.
The previous slide.
Okay. Sorry. Go back previous. Okay.
Okay. So this is the Bukit Panjang, Senja Close, Woodlands, Plot 1. Okay. And then you have Sembawang Road coming up as well. And thereafter, you have Plot 2 in Woodlands as well. And this is the Yishun Miltonia one. That it will be launched in the very near future. Now, just take note of this 5, right? Probably this 3 will be happening very, very soon, end of this year or even early next year. Early next year. So you're looking at, Eugene, you're easily looking at about close to 900 units that's going to be launched. Okay, in the north. Traditionally, I feel the northern side, the demand is healthy. Okay, but I think this time around it'll be even healthier.
Yes.
Okay, with the new measures coming along now.
Take note, those of you who are working with people who prefer something in the east, there's no more new EC stock that is in the radar here.
You look at it, there is no
more.
No east.
No east.
The east.
No east.
Some people say east side is the best side, right?
That's
what we always hear. But truly, we're not just putting our puns aside. Okay, really, if you are looking at this for the next 2 years or even 3 years, there will be no ECs in the east. Okay, so if you are east lover, okay, so you better seize the day, because the next slide will tell you what is available in the market right now.
Yeah. Okay, so there's only Costa Cabana left. All right. And how many units left?
We have about 142 units left. We have choice 3 and 3 plus study. Okay, units. If you want low, mid, high floor ones, pool facing ones, we also have it at Costa Cabana. Starting prices, Eugene, surprisingly, okay, it starts from 1.535 million.
Hey, unheard of. Better move fast, man. If I'm the developer.
Hey, I hear very reliable. The grapevine up there, some birds tweeting there, they are revised.
Developer has an advantage now, thanks to MND. Okay. They have
advantage.
Yeah, they have good advantage now. They only have very limited stock, and
the marketing team, the project marketing team, and the leadership team at Costa Cabana, we were talking about this since March, about this new, but we never knew they're going to take away DPS. That was a shocker.
Yes.
Okay, because from our experience in the east, in the north, in even Tengah, when we launched our EC, you were giving a seminar there, remember, Eugene? They were all DPS reliant and mostly second timers. So with this new announcement coming along, right? And with no ECs in the east, right? Costa Cabana is really, really a very valued proposition for you and your customer.
All right.
Okay, so you 3-bedroom, 3 plus study. We have mid to high floor ones as well. If you want something lower, we also have that averaging at only about 1,700 plus per square feet. Okay, so this is the last chance you have in the east.
Yes.
So we were talking earlier. My understanding is Jim Tay and then leadership team, they're going to camp there tonight.
Okay.
As it is, I think we are going to, I
Yes.
hope, we will sell Costa Cabana by this weekend.
Yes, correct. I think may sold out.
I think so.
I think may sell out.
Activities are picking up already.
Yes. So if you are a serious upgrader, you better don't wait anymore.
Yeah.
No more in the east. Okay. Those people who are sitting in the fence, and those of you who have customers who were sitting on the fence, time to drag them out to the show flat, because this project is very sure sell out very soon. Very soon. Very soon. Yes.
And also with the payment scheme that is still available for you, this is really a very easy kind of entry into EC.
Yes, correct.
Very easy,
you only need the first 20% and the money for stamp duty.
Correct.
Then you don't need to pay anything until TOP, where your loan kicks in.
That's the
and you don't have to carry a second mortgage.
Yes.
Right?
That is the most important.
Yes. Correct.
Because two mortgages do affect your monthly,
your cash flow.
And expenditure.
Yeah. The money can be used for other things.
For
They are
sure.
more important in life.
Yes,
Huh?
for sure.
Okay.
For sure. Okay. All right. So, is there any question? Slides, please. Yes, Lynn.
Yes, of course.
Of course, we will do it. It's recorded, so we will send out the recording. Okay.
So we have to repeat this slide. If you are the second timer upgrader, if you are not a EST, then this will be your last chance.
Yes, correct.
Right, to avoid the new scheme.
Yes.
Right. So you still enjoy deferred payment scheme.
Yes.
You still enjoy the 5-year MOB.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Which means your exit strategy is a lot sooner.
Yes.
All right. Than the new buyers who have to buy into the new scheme. Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So the just want to do one addition to what Eugene mentioned earlier. The exit is important because it depends on the timing as well.
Yeah.
So for 5 years, your runway is rather short. Okay, rather short. So you can maximize it within 5 years. If it's 10 years, I'm not sure what's going to happen to the market. And you know what are the availability then as well. So this is the reason why you see a lot of $1 million profitability ECs out there. Okay, they may have triggered this. Okay, may have triggered this because there were so many complaints, right? I think you were giving us briefing then how BTOs are earning $1 million. And quietly, EC owners are earning $1 million. They quietly, hide behind somewhere, they upgraded themselves to 2 properties, 3 properties, coupling and all this. Yeah, so this is something that, that sees the day.
Yes.
Yeah, before it's gone.
So government has all the statistics.
They got more than that.
Yeah. So they know that at this point they have to step in to move their playbook. All right. These moves are all in their playbook.
Yes.
All right. So yes. So it remains to be seen on the income ceiling thing. But I don't expect it too soon. It is still in their playbook. Whether they want to implement or not, that's one question.
Yes.
Number 2 is when. All right. But it will not, from what our conversation with them is, they want the market to settle down.
Yes.
Before anything happens, and it will not be so soon.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Eugene is our voice to the government.
Yeah.
So he gives our point of view as well. I think there are exchanges. So I seriously think if you ask me, straight at the face itself, I think probably after all this clear.
Yeah.
Okay, then they consider
logical. It will be logical.
Logical. Yeah.
I'm not speculating. We don't speculate government policy, but if coming in from a logical point of view, they have to wait for all this stock to clear. Otherwise, if they erase the income ceiling, this price will shoot through the roof.
Right? You will see $2,000 per square feet
straight away. Right? That is not what they want.
That is not what they want. Sure. Okay, so answer some questions here. Can buyer have 2? This is from Florence. Okay, Florence. Buyer can have 2 bank loans. Yeah, for EC, right? For instance, if you're taking a bank loan for your BTO or your HDB, right? You can also you can also take up a bank loan for the EC that you're buying. So yes, possible. Yeah. And you're not subjected to the second loan. In fact, it's still first loan up to 75%, but subjected to MSR. Okay, Florence, subjected to MSR.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just that the burden that when you start servicing the second loan, then that's where your cash flow you have to really balance it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for example, if you're paying $1,200 for your mortgage, for your BTO, and then suddenly you have to buy an EC, you have to service $2,000. Yeah. So total is $3,200.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. It's quite an expenditure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So I think any more questions?
Any more questions from the?
Okay. So no. Then this session is recorded. I think a training site will send out the link.
Yes.
All right, for you to download, and the slides will also be quite possibly made available to everyone.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah.
So I just want to remind our teammates. Sorry. Let me get it. Okay, so if your clients are looking at something the East and what is available today, they can walk in and book a unit. Coastal Cabana is their only choice now. In fact, Coastal Cabana is the only EC available for immediate booking now.
Okay. Show flat open until what time?
I wait for you lah.
Yeah, we wait for you.
We wait for you, teammates.
Yes.
Okay, just to before we end,
Eunos Avenue 3, right?
Yes, Eunos Avenue 3, next to the KCR show flat.
Yes.
Between the Vela Bay show flat and KCR show flat. Yeah. Okay, so just to end it off, a second loan plus first loan has to both comply MSR. Yes, both has to comply with the MSR 30%. Respectively.
Not combine lah. Combine cannot lah.
Cannot lah.
Each one, your loan installment for loan 1 and loan 2 apply.
Yes.
Right, for those that is affected by the new scheme.
Okay.
Right? But the existing, this one, don't need.
No need.
Yeah. All right.
They're not affected.
They're not affected.
Okay. So for me to end off here is now or never, teammates. Please, talk to your customers if they're looking for EC. We will wait for you at Coastal Cabana.
Yes, we have a lot of follow-up to do.
Yes.
Right? Especially to all your, buyers who are sitting on the fence, right? Those upgraders. This is their really last chance to leverage on DPS.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Go. Bye-bye.
Bye.